We probably should start each day off with, what are you mad about today? Because people have been mad about Kendrick Lamar announcing that he's going to be the headliner for the Super Bowl halftime show next year. And not only that, people are infuriated that Beyonce was snubbed at this year's Country Music Awards. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So, everyone has been in uproar over the weekend for a couple of things, but this morning people are even more in an uproar over the Beyonce news. But first, let's talk about Kendrick Lamar. So Kendrick Lamar definitely has one of the songs of the summer, Not Like Us, which was a diss track against Drake. So it should not be a surprise that he has been announced as the halftime performer for next year's Super Bowl. Obviously, Kendrick is definitely prolific enough, has a lot of music, but I'm sure the Not Like Us drama and success didn't hurt. All right. But people are saying that it should have been Lil Wayne. All right. So our friends over at Yardbarker write this. It says Kendrick Lamar will headline the Super Bowl halftime show in New Orleans next year, but not everyone is happy about it. They said the NFL announced Lamar as the headliner for the next Super Bowl via a post on X, formerly known as Twitter, on Sunday. The Not Like Us hitmaker confirmed the news by releasing a video in which he seemingly references victory over Drake in their headline-dominating rap feud a few months ago. He says this cheekily. They say, you know, it's only one opportunity to win a championship, no round twos. So the news was met with cheers on social media, with many saying they were looking forward to Lamar performing his hits during one of the biggest television events in the country. However, some well-known personalities and Lil Wayne fans pushed back against Lamar headlining the gig, suggesting that the New Orleans rapper should have been chosen or at least be a part of it. Who says that he won't? When they announce these halftime performers, we don't know if they're going to have anyone join them. He might after all of this. But I get it. Some people are having their own intellectual debates, and I'm sure this entire week you will see a lot of these podcasts or someone with a mic and a camera talking about how, it should be Lil Wayne. Yes, we know Lil Wayne has a lot of hits, and yes, we know Lil Wayne is from New Orleans, but does Lil Wayne have that sort of relationship within the industry? Because we know a lot of these opportunities are political, along with winning awards. Part of the reason why artists have been saying that Grammys are trash or this award is trash, and all of this stuff is political. This is not really about the art, which will lead us to talking about Beyonce in just a second. So some well-known personalities, as I said to you before, and Lil Wayne fans pushed back that for Lamar headlining the event. They said, so the next two Super Bowls after this one in February, New Orleans, are going to be LA. Yet Wayne got snubbed and Kendrick Lamar's headlining New Orleans, DJ Academics wrote on Instagram. In his own Instagram post, rapper and record executive Master P, who is from New Orleans, praised Lamar and acknowledged that his being the 2025 Super Bowl headliner is, quote, well-deserved. I just feel like people always find a reason to be mad. This is not the first time that a person that is not from that area is performing, but I get it. You want to see Lil Wayne be a performer. It doesn't mean that he can't be included. It doesn't mean that other people from New Orleans can't be included. Okay? Like Big Freda. Do you think they'll bring Big Freda out? That would be dope. That would be a huge moment for Big Freda. I know that they don't have any songs together that I know of, but doesn't mean that Big Freda can't get the party started. This is like the perfect event for Big Freda on a huge stage. Just saying. Just an idea, Kendrick. Just an idea. But since we're talking about Big Freda, it's a perfect segue. Why didn't Big Freda never came out during Beyonce's Super Bowl? Did they even have the album out? I can't even think of the timelines. It is too early. Because I'm thinking, wait, did Big Freda? No, it's all right. So a lot of people are in an uproar that Beyonce wasn't nominated at the Country Music Awards. And she had a #1 song and #1 country album on the country album charts. So now everyone's having a debate. Oh, see, they treating us because she's black. They don't want to consider her. But when a white artist crosses over into R&B music or anything like that, they are fully embraced and they are nominated across the board. They're not only nominated in the R&B categories, they're nominated in the pop categories and everything else. This is what people are saying. So the Hollywood Reporter says the 2024 CMA Awards have showered Morgan Wallen and Post Malone with multiple nominations, but heavily snubbed Beyonce, though she had one of the year's biggest country albums with Cowboy Carter and biggest country songs with Texas Hold'em. Wallen leads the way at the CMAs with 7 nominations. He's followed by Chris Stapleton and Cody Johnson, which earned 5 nods, while Post Malone and Lainey Wilson picked up 4 apiece. Wilson's last year's Entertainer of the Year winner will defend her title against Wallen, Stapleton, Luke Combs, and Jelly Roll at the November 20th show, airing live on ABC from Nashville's Bridgestone Arena. So, as you know, Beyonce's Cowboy Carter made history this year when it spent 4 weeks at the top of Billboard's Top Country Albums chart, making her the first black woman to achieve that feat. And they can't take that away from her. She also became the first woman to hit number one on the Billboard's Hot Country Songs charts with Texas Hold'em, which held the top position for a whopping 10 weeks. Both her single and album also led Billboard's all-genre Hot 100 and 200 albums charts, while 7 other Cowboy Carter tracks hit the number 10 of the Billboard country chart. The 27-track project featuring Dolly Parton, Willie Nelson, Linda Martell, Miley Cyrus, and Post Malone drove cultural conversations about black artists reclaiming the genre they started, including country music. Despite being completely shut out, Beyonce qualified for CMA categories like Single of the Year, Song of the Year, Album of the Year, Female Vocalist of the Year, and Music Event of the Year. She even qualified for Entertainer of the Year, though the award is typically reserved for country acts who have built a strong presence in the genre for years. I dare to challenge that, because if you are a Beyonce fan, then you know she's always incorporated country music in her music, just her whole persona. She's always, I know she went heavy with this new project with the Country Hats Theater, but she's also a Texas girl. She's always included songs that were influenced by country music. However, I will say that Beyonce herself said that this was not a country album. When this album was about to be released, she said, "This is not a country album. This is not a country album. This is a Beyonce album." One of the artists that Beyonce highlighted on her album, Shabzi, who's been having an incredible year, and he is a black country artist. He was nominated at the CMAs for New Artist of the Year and Single of the Year. He wrote a song about winning a CMA in 2016, and now I'm nominated for 2. Thank you, country music, and congrats to the other nominees. What an honor would be an understatement. Not only that, he definitely wanted to show support. But before we even get into that, it should be noted, Shabzi, a bar song, Tipsy, spends its 8th week at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Not the country album charts. We're talking about the Hot 100, the pop charts. It's the longest running number 1 hit this year. Sidebar, Shabzi is a Taurus. I just had to add that little part. I have to add a little astrological signs in here, okay? Anyway, so he wanted to defend Beyonce and says this. That goes without saying. Thank you, Beyonce, for opening a door for us, starting a conversation, and giving us one of the most innovative country albums of all time. Look, I twerk on the fence, so I do want to play on the side of people that are saying Beyonce didn't deserve it. What I will say is, have you listened to the Cowboy Carter album since it came out?
Hell no.
Just asking. Some people will say yes. But has it still had that relevance after being released? Are we still talking about Cowboy Carter now? Some might say, well, that's because Beyonce hasn't released any albums. She hasn't really actively been promoting it. Well, some might say that's part of the reason why her brands like Ivy Park and other things fall apart, because she doesn't consistently promote these different projects. She'll come out with something and then she's done with it. However, she just did release another get my hair done sacred thing for her hair care brand. Who knows? Regardless, I agree with Shabzi. She opened the door, and Shabzi has been doing country music for a while. However, because he was on that album, I really feel like it catapulted him to be like, oh my God, who is this guy? Even for people that weren't country music fans and black folks that weren't country music fans. We're like, oh, I like this song. I like me some country music. A lot of people got their first hat, the cowboy hat this year. I did. I know it wasn't my first, but I got a cowboy hat when I was in Nashville. Anyways, I say all that to say congratulations to all the nominees, and don't be surprised if Beyonce cleans up at the Grammys in the country music categories, along with all the pop ones. Guys, I want to know your thoughts and opinions on Kendrick Lamar headlining the Super Bowl in New Orleans versus Lil Wayne, and the fact that Beyonce has been snubbed yet again by the Country Music Awards. Let's continue this conversation in the comments section. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
You bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead, just watch your shoes. Gotta turn the heat up.